On this edition of Temple Update, students rally at the bell tower for more aid. The Flyers score big with the community.
I'll tell you about Temple University's new sweet treat.
Hi, this is Jeff Carter from the Philadelphia Flyers, and you're watching Temple Update.
Hi, and welcome to this edition of Temple Update. I'm Johnny Archer.
And I'm Rachel Hidalgo. Temple and other state-related schools are dealing with a 6% reduction in aid from Harrisburg that represents an $11 million loss for Temple. In order to deal with the loss of funding, the university is planning to cut 5% from its operating budget. It will also freeze the salaries of all non-collective bargaining employees. President Hart plans to travel to Harrisburg in March to appeal for more funding for the university.
The Temple campus is full of ideas to save the university money. 10 days after Temple opened an online suggestion box, the school received 1,000 cost-saving suggestions. Temple President Ann Weaver Hart says meeting the challenges of the economic downturn will require creativity and sacrifice. To submit your money-saving ideas, log on to TU Portal. Two state rivals used Temple's bell tower area to send a message to Harrisburg. Temple and Penn State students held a rally to protest the governor's new emergency student aid bill. Governor Rendell has set aside over $100 million to help undergraduates pay for school. Temple, Penn State, and other state-related schools are not eligible for the program.
The struggling economy has been impacting the Temple Association of Union Professionals' ongoing contract negotiations with the university. Sierra Lambert has the story.
A sense of uncertainty fills the campus as TAUP and the university struggle to find an agreement regarding teachers' contracts. Recently, union members organized in front of Mitten Hall to protest against the university's proposals.
The minimum pay for the faculty at Temple is lower than the minimum for people with their qualifications in the Philadelphia School District. So you could be a high school teacher with a PhD and get more money than you do at Temple.
Both sides agree the economic crisis has added to the complications of negotiations.
We've put together a 5-year package that we think is fair, that takes into consideration the economic circumstances that we all face.
Temple has given us a proposal for a 5-year deal, and we think that that's too much, too many years, because of the economic uncertainty. So we have a proposal for 2 years.
Despite strong opposition, both sides agree that a timely compromise is needed to upkeep university morale.
Well, the best outcome would be if we could sit down and work things out, instead of having management try to dictate to us what we should agree with. A negotiation is give and take, and both sides have to give and both sides have to take.
We don't think that these are issues that cannot be resolved if both sides want to. We're just having difficulty getting them to the table.
Both sides are still in the process of negotiating. Students are urged to get involved and stay informed. Reporting for Temple Update, Sierra Lambert.
Just a few weeks after dealing with a meningitis scare, the University of Pennsylvania is contending with a case of the measles. A graduate student has been diagnosed with the contagious disease. A Penn official says almost all of their students have been vaccinated against the measles. The school is offering physical exams for people who had close contact with the infected students. Earlier this semester, 2 Penn students were hospitalized with meningitis. 3,000 students were given antibiotics as a precaution.
Philadelphia will continue to have 2 daily newspapers. That's the word from the Philadelphia Media Holding Company. The owners of the Inquirer and the Philadelphia Daily News filed for bankruptcy protection. The company says it's trying to lower its debt and make the papers more efficient. Over the past few months, other newspaper companies, including the Tribune in Chicago and the Star Tribune in Minneapolis, have also filed for Chapter 11. It was an open house party for the Tyler School of Art. The student government helped welcome the college to Temple's main campus. Tyler recently moved from its Elkins Park campus to a new state-of-the-art building on 13th and Diamond Streets. The event offered refreshments, live music, and a chance to see the art produced by the Tyler students.
Spring break is upon us once again. Students aren't letting the bad economy ruin their vacation plans. Updates, Amanda Jaranokos has the story.
We're just weeks away from every student's favorite week, spring break. Around this time every year, students pack their bags to briefly escape from their busy lifestyles. But now that America's economy is at its worst, it raises a question. Are students still putting out the bucks to get away?
Employers these days are not hiring as much, and so people who thought they were going to be hired, or maybe people who haven't found the job yet, will be less likely to travel, in my opinion.
Do you have any plans for spring break?
I think I'm going to work the whole time.
Despite the fact that we're in an economic recession, students are still spending money. In fact, most students will spend as much as $500 for spring break, whether they're traveling or not. Even on a tight budget, about 75% of students will still spend money on spring break.
I couldn't afford to go to Mexico. Now, granted, I can, pay for it, but it'll have a long-run effect on my financial, let's say, atmosphere at the moment. So, yeah, what I did was I just looked at, the trip to Mexico itself, Cancun, and I looked at the Norwegian cruise line. There I'm paying like $3.99 for about 3 nights or something like that on a cruise, where Mexico itself would have cost well over $600-700.
Other people say that spending money on spring break is just the American way.
I think it just speaks to the indomitable spirit of the American consumer. We will mindlessly spend and take in anything we're given, no matter what the circumstances are around.
Most students will soon trade their winter boots and winter blues for 1 week of freedom, no matter what the cost. Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Amanda Jaronikis.
Hi, I'm Brandy Page in the Update Newsroom with your technology report. Microsoft is studying to see if video games can promote learning in the classroom. The software company is spending $2 million to create programs that might draw students to math, science, and technology. Video games are already used by the military to teach basic war tactics and state-of-the-art equipment. It's a major about-face for Facebook. The social network site has decided not to enforce a controversial new policy. Facebook was claiming ownership of all pictures and content posted on its network. It decided to scrap the policy change after a series of protests by online users. Facebook says it's still unclear who actually owns the images and writings. Anti-plagiarism software ended the practice of buying term papers online, but now some websites are offering last year's exams. PostYourTest.com and CourseHero.com ask students to scan and share their tests with all undergrads. The website owners say they aren't trying to help students cheat, they're just helping undergraduates prepare for a big test. A controversial website is out of business. JuicyCampus.com announced it is ceasing operations. The site posted opinions, rumors, and gossip about college students. The owners of the website blame poor economy for its demise. Juicy Gossip is also being investigated by New Jersey officials for posting abusive content and is being sued by a University of Delaware student. She wants to find out who's responsible for gossip about her on the site. I know that many students at Temple are happy to see the site shut down. The section for our campus was pretty nasty. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Brandy. I remember reporting on that last semester. It really upset a lot of students.
Stay tuned. Temple Update will be right back.